these people, the people of Bir Hema, they had learned horse riding, they had learned domestication of horses, and they had learned group hunting again, and they had learned the making of weapons. So you can see that there is a connection, there is a thread that runs through all these paintings. Domestication of animals, group hunting, social bond which exists, making of weapons, and group hunting of animals. So these are some of the common themes which exist, although all these paintings are spread across the world, thousands of kilometers from each other, and they are also separated by centuries. There is a gap of several centuries between them. So, uh, uh, so you can see that the same idea can evolve again and again across the centuries and across different parts of the world. Now, I will show you another painting from Birima. It is another face of the same rock in Birima near the well, and on this you see another type of painting. So here you see these are ostriches. So there is a row of ostriches. They are walking in the desert. Then there is an animal. This is a camel. So there is a camel who is walking, and then there is a human being. So human being is shown as a skeleton, but he is holding something in his both hands. It seems as if he is holding a trident. And then another human being on top who is dancing. He seems to be dancing. And then there is an antler. And then there are other many animals and their bones. So it looks like that this is the scene of a combined scene of a hunting in which some animals have been killed, and then the after the hunting is over, the animals have been killed and brought to the for eating. They are dancing and they are cooking the meat and they are going to eat. So again, here we see the social bonding in in the society. They are they go for hunting together, and they have also these types of ceremonies where they dance while they cook the meat and they eat, consume the meat, and they also have they hoard these killed animals also. And at the same time, some of the birds here, ostriches, they seem to be alive. So it seems as if some of the animals have been killed and some are alive, and they it seems as if they were also they were keeping these ostriches as domestic birds, and they used to kill them, and they also used to eat the eggs of these ostriches. So like today, people keep hens. They keep hens, and they eat the eggs and they also eat the chicken. In the same way, in Saudi Arabia, in Bir Hima, they used to have these ostriches, and they used to tend the stock of ostriches, and they used to have them for meat, and they used to keep their eat their egg also. And they so you can see a full picture, or quite an elaborate picture of Hima society, because they are hunting, and they are horse riding, and they are dancing, and they also have uh, ostriches as their domestic animals. So they are domesticating animals also. This is another very interesting painting from Birhima, again from Birhima. Here you see all these women. They have long hair and they seem to be dancing, and they have their hands raised, and some of them are also holding their hands, holding each other's hands. So these women are dancing with their hair flowing, and They are holding each other's hands, and it seems as if they are also wearing some type of bones, some type of jewelry in their ankles. Perhaps these jewelry could have been made of terracotta, or it could have been made of bones. We cannot make out from the paintings, but there is certainly some kind of figure in the ankles. So they are wearing anklets. So it seems as if the prehistoric society of Veerhima, it had a very elaborate social structure. They could do horse riding. They had domesticated the animals. They had domesticated horses. They used to go for group hunting, and they used to keep ostriches and camels as their domestic animals, and they used to dance. And women also used to dance. They had their own ceremony, and behind the woman you see some animals running around. So this seems to be the forest. And another interesting thing is that here you see some script, some kind of script, and this script is supposed to be uh, datable to second century BCE to fifth century CE. So over the 700 years, the script evolved in Saudi Arabia, and this script is very different from today's script which they use, Arabic script. It actually seems to be related to Hebrew and other Mediterranean scripts. So they also had script. They had some kind of language, and they could dance, and they had ceremonies in which they used to dance, and the women also took part in these ceremonies. So this is quite an evolved society. So if you look at all these paintings from different parts of the world across these centuries, you find that even the prehistoric society had its own social organizations. They had their own rituals, their own ceremonies, and they could domesticate the animals, and they could go for hunting in a group, and they used to help each other. And the woman used to take a significant part in the public life. So we can piece together these paintings, the ideas from these paintings, to understand the prehistoric human society. And the most interesting was the painting from Kashmir, where you saw the evolved painting technique, where they could see where they could show the different aspects of narrative, different events of narrative, uh, by separating the panels and by connecting the panels through the motif of the sun in the sky. So this is quite an evolved technique of painting, and in fact, in later in the historical period, this technique has been used many times by many artists across the world. And in future lectures, we will see that how these narrative paintings are evolved across the historical centuries, and how they use the same motif of sun replicating in different panels, so that you could connect the uh, events shown in each panel. So this is a very interesting part of the rock art technique which we studied today. So what all did we learn today? We learned about the social organization, the type of social organization, domestication of animals, hunting scenes, group hunting, uh, uh, horse riding, making of weapons, and also the painting techniques. So, all these can be interpreted from the art itself. And when you excavate and you find other artifacts in these sites, and when you connect the paintings to the other artifacts, then you get a more elaborate picture of the prehistoric societies that lived in different parts of the world. Another important point that I wanted to make was that The fact that these paintings are made, it shows that these human beings would they had some type of paint, they had some type of dyes. uh, these could be vegetable dyes, or these could be chemicals that they got from the rock, and they could mix it in water, and then they used this dye for painting. Now, this means that they had this type of understanding that they could take juices of the vegetables or flowers, or they could just take out the chemicals from the rocks, and they could mix it in water, and they could make paintings out of it. And also, another thing that you see is that these figures, they are quite modeled quite well, and there is a stylistic uh, understanding of how the woman's dancing woman's figure should be made. So it's not as if they are just painting something offhandedly, but there is an entire understanding of how how the figure, human figure should be made, how the animal figure should be made, and how with a single dye the entire painting stretch can be made. And you also saw different colors being used. In Bir Hima, you have yellow color, you have white color, and you have red color. So three colors are being used. So maybe red was obtained from ochre, yellow maybe from some chemical rock, and white also from some chemical rock. Maybe lime was present there, so they could mix lime into water and make white color. And yellow, if it was turmeric, then it means that they were growing turmeric in this area, or because this was a trade route, this was a point on the trade route. They could get turmeric from India, and then they could use it for for making vegetable dyes. So this is a very interesting type of uh, understanding that we get from these paintings. So, in the next lecture, I will tell you more about uh, other civilizations in ancient period. Thank you for listening to me. And if you have any questions, or if you have any inquiry, uh, then you can send me the email at this gmail address, and I will, if you want to know about future webinars and on arts, cultures, and sustainability, you write to me on at this email address. And also, I have a website called Technology Today. If you want to do branding of yourself in this website, or if you want to get covered, if you want to be featured as in an interview or in an article, then please write to me at this email address. Thank you very much for listening.